We probably have the majority of information that we're going to get on what happened at the Trump rally the other day. So I want to talk about the facts versus the conspiracies that are going on around this. And for you to say we can't talk about the conspiracies, there's about whether you think it's a 1 in 10,000 or a 1 in a million shot that Trump would get grazed like that. Statistically speaking, a conspiracy is probably more or less likely to have happened. So let's talk about the main characters: Thomas Crooks, Trump, and the Secret Service. Those are the three main things involved. A lot of MAGA people and others think maybe the CIA. There's a lot of conspiracies around that for good reason, because they've been involved with JFK, not just things in America, but around the world. And there's three big questions I have. Who fired first, the Secret Service or Thomas Crooks? Did Thomas Crooks get any kind of help? He was a local guy, probably knew that location, but how did he get up on the roof? That's another thing where the CIA or some other agency could have came into play and approached him. Odds are he's probably just a crazy kid like all these other kids that have done these things. And then the third thing is, did Trump even get grazed at all, or was it an old wrestling trick where you take a razor blade or something and do that for the crowd when you come back up? So there was no medical report from a Pennsylvania doctor, which means there's probably not going to be one that comes out. And Trump's White House physician told us that Trump's built like your favorite middle linebacker on your NFL team, so he's not trustworthy either. So the Secret Service, and I've seen a lot of MAGA propagandists talk about why was the Secret Service late and things like that. So the Secret Service basically acts as a king's guard to Trump. It's a lot of people Trump likes and wants in his employ. If you want to learn more about their relationship, look up January 6th and what they did. Trump wanted to go back and storm the Capitol with everybody. The Secret Service prevented him from doing that. But he's real friendly with a lot of his people, not just tax paid employees. Secret Service does not work with the CIA. If CIA would be separate of them, almost certainly. Local police force is there to protect the crowd. The Secret Service is there to protect Trump. So there was an eyewitness that said he saw the kid climbing up on the roof at least 5, if not 7 or more minutes, told police, and police didn't do much. So if you ever dealt with police, it's like going into a restaurant. You don't, whatever service you get depends on the person, and if they're capable and ready to serve you. So the Secret Service eventually found out. I think that's very obvious. The sniper was ready. There's two big videos that are interesting to me. The one with the two snipers on the barn or whatever it is over Trump's shoulder, 30 to 40 yards away, looking at him the whole time. And then there's another video where a Secret Service guy comes and he moves. There's a couple stragglers of guests. He kind of either moves them out of the way because he thought they were in the line of sight, or they were blocking an exit. And he was the first person to duck. He ducks, and then Trump ducks. And then the Secret Service and a lot of the crowd was just kind of didn't know what was going on. So that shows that they had some kind of coordination. The Secret Service, only the deputy sheriff and maybe one or two other police are working in coordination with the Secret Service. So they're talking to each other on these things. They knew, but the other video with the sniper, it looks like he fires first before Thomas Crooks. There's a recoil, and he's looking. He goes back and forth to his other scope. The other one next to him didn't move the whole time, so I think he probably was the one that actually took out Thomas Crooks and stuff like that. But what's very suspicious to me is it looks like he fires first, because when he recoils, that's when Trump ducks and acts like a bug hit his ear or something. And that's another thing. There was no red anywhere. I've heard a lot of people that know more about guns than me, say, oh, that just only happens in the movie. The whole thing looked like a movie. That's why so many people think it's suspicious. But that goes off, and then all the shots kind of sound the same too, sonically. Being 160 yards away, and then he probably didn't have a silencer. The Secret Service guys do, so maybe that's why they all sound the same. But all that happened, and then Trump goes down, and talking about the Crooks kid, his motives, probably just a crazy person, but registered Republican. He did not donate to Democrats, as people are rumored to have say on social media. That was proven not true. So a Democrat, there's 1,000 reasons not to like Trump. He's a terrible human being, but this is a terrible thing to happen to the Democratic Party, because now all these independents that don't really keep up with politics are like seeing this and thinking Trump's cool and whatnot. So this is the worst thing that could have happened to have made him a martyr. The call is much more likely to be coming from in the House, and I found it very suspicious that Tucker Carlson in particular had kept saying that this was going to happen. My cousin, he was sure this was going to happen, and I kept saying, I hope not, because I want Trump to go to trial for his indictments. Plus, Biden's not a good candidate, so the best way is to run against an even worst candidate possible, really. So that's where the CIA and those kind of things come into play, because Trump has outlived his use for the Republican Party. They no longer need him. They can put another person in, especially if he becomes a martyr. They can put in Rubio, Nikki Haley, whoever they want. It doesn't matter, to do their bidding. Probably someone as fascist as Trump is what they want, but it would make no sense for the Democrats to do this now, especially when it looked like he was probably going to lose. But you can't underestimate the ignorance of the American voter. But very suspicious to me. I'd like those questions answered, and those are the big ones. So if you have any information that I left out, or any of the answers to any of those questions, let me know.